Hello, today my friends and I will tell you about the Museum of Anatolian Civilizations, which contains unique traces of civilizations that existed countries before Anatolia. The Museum of Anatolian Civilizations gives its valuable information about the development of the city that dominated Anatolia in the long period from Paleolithic age to the present. Even the building in which the museum, which is located in the shoulders of Ankara Castle in the city center, proves how sophisticated and elegant the Ottoman architecture is. After visiting the cultural facility, you can turn your route into other impressive museums.
The Museum of Anatolian Civilizations, which attracted great attention throughout the year due to its unique collection, was founded in Ankara in 1921 under the sign of Akkaya. In this period, ancient artifacts began to be collected in the Temple of Agotus and the Roman gates. When Mustafa Kemal Atatürk wanted to establish an ethno museum, Hittite artifacts in different regions were brought to Ankara. It was decided to move the museum to the Kurşunluhan and Mahmut Paşa Bedesteni to meet the large exhibition space requirement due to the size of the collection collected. However, because both buildings were not used since the fire in 1881, a comprehensive renovation was necessary.
The renovation work started in 1938, continued until 1968. During renovation work, the artifacts were placed in the 1940s. This exhibition area was opened in 1943. To visit the history of the Anatolian Civilizations Museum will link dates back to the reign of Fatih Sultan Mehmet. It is known that the Budistan and Kurşunluhan were built between 1464 and 1470.
The museum, which won the Museum of the Year award in Europe in 1997, is divided into chapters in chronological order.
Most of the items exhibited in the Paleolithic Age section were found during excavation in Karayiz Cave near Antalya. Stone-made tools included axes and scrapers, inserts, and among the tools made of bone include awl and needles.
The artifacts of the Neolithic age were brought to the museum from Çatalhöyük and Burdur Hacılar. Finds include Mother Goddess statues, stamped goats, and terracotta pots. These remains are the first signs of ownership and the transition to settled life. The most important feature of Çatalhöyük houses is that their walls are decorated with bull heads and paintings. During this period, copper was processed and entered into daily life. The items belonging to this period were found in Hacılar, Can Hasan, Tilkitepe, Alacahöyük, and Alişar. All mounted huts with spherical bodies, coarse vases, rectangular bowls, cubes, and jugs are different forms of huts of this period. In this period, people living in Anatolia obtained bronze by adding tin to copper, and they produced drums, pots, and elements with bronze. In addition to bronze, they produced all kinds of goods they needed by using copper, gold, and silver. Death gifts made of precious metals extracted from the towns of Alacahöyük are exhibited in the museum.
Valuable information about the beginning of the writing history in Anatolia is waiting for you in the area devoted to the age of Assyrian trade colonies. After you visit this section, you can continue your journey by examining the finds from the Old Hittite Empire and Phrygian, Late Hittite, Urartian and Lydian periods. In this section, you can find scratches, jewelry, ornaments, and tools made from materials such as iron, copper, gold, silver, and ivory.
Çağlar boyu Ankara team created in the museum reveals the development of the city from its first periods to the present, and BC Anatolian civilizations from 1200s to present examines the same period from a much broader perspective. Apart from the section that shed light to historical ages, there are many ruins in the Museum of Anatolian Civilization. The Gordian Museum, the Roman Bath of Ankara, the Temple of Augustus, and Gavurkale are among the places to be included in your sightseeing route due to the richness of history. In fact, Ankara Castle, which was thought to have been built more than 4,000 years ago, is one of the ruins in the museum.
The museum is located in Atpazarı district of Altındağ district in center of Ankara.
When you reach the Atatürk Monument in this scale and follow the St. Thomas Ankara Castle, you can reach Gözcü Street, where the museum is located within a few minutes. Detailed information about the location and the content of the ruins can be found on the official website of the museum.
The museum, which contains detailed information about the civilization established in Anatolia, is open to visitors from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. throughout the year except on the first days of the religious holiday. The cultural facility opens its doors to visitors from 1 p.m. on the first day of the holidays. Well, if you come to Ankara one day, don't go without seeing this historic, fascinating museum and its surroundings, which you cannot see anywhere.